Turn to your next blank page in your journal, put today's date at the top, and the title of today's lesson is Lesson 9-6, Median, Mode, and Range. Before we start talking about median, mode, and range, I have 2 review questions from class on finding the mean that I would like for you to complete in your journal. So please hit pause and find the mean for the data represented in each graph. Okay, let's check your work for the first graph. For the first graph, the first thing we needed to do is we needed to figure out how many books each student read. So Miguel read 5, Shannon read 7, Nicholas read 3, Jin Yu read 4, and Daryl read 6. Now I had to find the mean or the average for the data. So first thing I need to do is I need to add up all of the data. So 5 plus 7 plus 3 plus 4 plus 6. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for numbers that add up to 10. Well, I know that 7 and 3 give me 10, and 4 and 6 give me 10. So 10 and 10 is 20. 20 plus 5 is 25. Now the mean is not 25 because I still have to divide by the number of pieces of data that we added together. We added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of data together. So I'm going to divide 25 by 5 to get 5. So my median, or average number of books read by these 5 students, was 5 books. If you got your answer right, give yourself a smiley face. Now let's check your second answer. First, I need to figure out the number of t-shirts sold by each person. Make sure you look at the key. Notice the key tells me that 1 triangle is equal to 2 t-shirts. So you should have found that Enrique sold 8 t-shirts, Madison 10, Jacob, all of these whole triangles are 10, plus half a triangle is 1 more, so that's 11, and Kim sold 7 t-shirts. So now we need to find the average, and we're going to do that by adding everybody's number of t-shirts sold and then dividing by the 4 people. So 8 plus 10 plus 11 plus 7. I don't see anything that will give me a multiple of 10 other than 10, but I do know that 7 and 1 gives me 8, and then I have doubles. So 8 and 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So now I have the sum of 36, and I added 4 numbers together because 4 people were selling t-shirts. So 36 divided by 4 is 9. So the mean or the average number of t-shirts sold was 9. If you got your answer right, give yourself a smiley face. Now let's go on to today's vocabulary. Please remember to put your vocabulary in 2 column notes. Our first vocabulary word today is median. It says the median is the middle number in a set of data when the data are arranged from least to greatest. If 2 numbers are in the middle, find their mean or their average. The most important thing to remember for median is that it has to be in order from least to greatest. Next, we have the mode. The mode is the number that appears the most often. Here's how I remember. Mode starts with MO. Most starts with MO. For median, here's how I remember median. If you're driving down the road, remember that the median is in the middle. Then we have the range. The range is the difference between the greatest and the least numbers. Remember, when you're asked to find the difference, that means you're going to subtract. Now, probably a new vocabulary word for most 6th graders is measures of central tendency. If you were asked to find the measures of central tendency, all that means is they want you to find the mean, the median, and the mode. We use the M in measures to help you remember it's the mean, the median, and the mode. Okay, let's look at question number 1. It says the table shows the calorie content of various vegetables. Find the median, mode, and range of the data. So I need to find the median, the mode, and the range. I know that in order to find the median, the first thing I have to do is put my numbers in order from least to greatest. So let's start with that. I see the lowest number is 5. Then I have a 15, another 15, a 20, a 25, another 25, a 31, a 35, a 40, 50, 55, and 85. Now that I have put all of my data in order from least to greatest, I need to find the median. In order to find the median, I'm going to start marking a number off the top, a number off the bottom. Top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. Now, if I mark off top and bottom again, I don't have any numbers left. So this means that I have 2 numbers in the middle. If I'm left with 2 numbers in the middle, in order to find the median, I'm going to find the mean or the average of those 2 numbers. So I'm going to add those 2 numbers together. 25 plus 31. 5 plus 1 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. And then in order to finish finding the average, I have to divide by the numbers, or how many numbers I added together, which was 2. So 56 divided by 2. 2 goes into 5 2 times. That's 4 with 1 left over. Bring down the 6. 2 goes into 16, 8 with none left over. So my median is 28. Now here's kind of a way to check yourself. Your median has to be a number that is halfway between 25 and 31, and that is 28. So my median is 28. Now I need to find my mode. I need to find the number or numbers that occur the most often. Well, I see that 15 and 25 both occur 2 times, so I'm going to have 2 modes. My modes are 15 and 25. It is possible to have more than 1 mode. Now I need to find the range. In order to find the range, I take the greatest number, which is 85, and subtract the smallest number, which is 5. So 85 minus 5 is 80. So my range is 80. Let's try another example together. Number 2 says the table shows the ages of students in a science class at a local community college. Find the median, mode, and range of the set of data. So I'm going to be finding the median, the mode, and the range. Make sure you're labeling so we'll know which answer goes with which item. So I know I need to find the median, so the first thing I'm going to do is list my numbers in order from least to greatest. So I have 2 18s. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 19s. I have 2 20s. I have a 21, a 23, a 24, and a 35. Now, in order to find the median, I'm going to start marking one off the top, one off the bottom. Top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. And notice I have 2 in the middle again, so I'm going to have to find their average. So I'm going to add 19 plus 20, which gives me 39. I added 2 numbers together, so I have to divide by 2. 2 divides into 3 one time, with 1 left over. Bring down the 9. 2 goes into 19, 9 times. That's 18, with 1 left over. What we're going to do today is we're not going to have a remainder, so we're going to have to add a decimal and a 0, and bring down my 0. 2 divides into 10, 5 times, with none left over. So my median, or the number that is exactly halfway between 19 and 20, is 19.5, or 19 and 5/10. Now I need to find the mode, or the number that occurs the most times. The number that we wrote down the most number of times was 19. We wrote 19 down 4 times, so that's the number that occurs the most often. Now we need to find the range. In order to find the range, we take the highest number, which is 35, and we subtract the lowest number, which is 18. I can't do 5 minus 8, so I'm going to borrow. 15 minus 8 is 7. 2 minus 1 is 1. So my range in numbers is 17. Let's look at question number 3. Number 3 asks me to find the median, mode, and range of the wind speed displayed in the bar graph. So let's look at our bar graph. The wind speed in College Station was 15 miles per hour. Corsicana was 13 miles per hour. Dalhart, 5 miles per hour. Dallas, 10 miles per hour. Laredo, 10 miles per hour. And Marfa, 13 miles per hour. I would like for you to hit pause, find the mean, median, mode, and range. When you're finished, you may hit play to check your work. Okay, let's check your work. I know that in order to find the mean, I'm going to have to add all of the pieces of data together, but I also know that for the median, I'm going to have to put those numbers in order from least to greatest. So let's go ahead and start with that. I see that my lowest number is 5, and then I have 2 10s, then I have 2 13s, and I have a 15. When you added all of your data together to find the mean, you should have gotten 66. And then I had to divide. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of data. So 66 divided by 6 gives me 11. So my mean, or my average, is 11. Then to find the median, I have to start marking off top, bottom, top, bottom. I have 2 numbers left in the middle, so I have to find their average. So 10 plus 13 is 23. And then to finish finding the average, I have to divide by 2. 2 goes into 2 once, with none left over. Bring down the 3. 2 goes into 3 one time, with 1 left over. I have a remainder, so I'm going to add a decimal and a 0. Bring down my 0. 2 goes into 10 5 times, with none left over. So my median is 11.5. My mode, or the number that I wrote down the most number of times, notice I wrote 10 down 2 times, and I wrote 13 down 2 times, so I have 2 modes. My modes are 10 and 13. Now to find the range, I'm going to take the greatest number and subtract the smallest number. So the greatest number was 15 minus the smallest number, which was 5. So my range is 10. Okay, let's look at question number 4. Number 4 says the table shows the number of hot dogs eaten by each contestant at a hot dog eating contest. Which statement is supported by the data in the table? So let's look at our answer choices. Answer choice A says if the number of hot dogs eaten were distributed equally among all the contestants, each player would have eaten 39 hot dogs. Well, you need to know that distributed equally means they're wanting me to find the mean. So in a minute, we need to find the mean of all of my numbers and see if it's equal to 39. Let's look at B. B says half the contestants ate more than 20 and half ate less than 20. So notice when I'm taking the front half and the bottom or the back half, I'm looking for the median. So B is talking about finding the median. C says the most frequent number of hot dogs eaten was 22. Most frequent tells me C is talking about the mode. And D is talking about the range of number of hot dogs eaten. So I want you to hit pause, find the mean, median, mode, and range of the set of data, and then determine whether your correct answer is A, B, C, or D. Okay, let's check your work. For the mean, when you added all of your numbers together, you should have gotten 372. You had added 15 numbers together, so you had to divide by 15. So for your mean, you should have gotten 24.8. Your median, when you marked off top, bottom, top, should have been left with one number left in the middle, which was 22. Your mode, the number that you wrote down the most numbers, was 22. And then your range, your highest minus your lowest, was 39. So now let's go back and compare our answers. So our mean, we got 24.8 as our mean. For our median, we got 22. For our mode, we got 22. And for the range, we got 39. So now let's go back and check our work. It says if the number of hot dogs evenly were eaten were distributed equally among all contestants, each player would have eaten 39 hot dogs. 39 is average. We know it should have been 24.8. So A is not the correct answer. B says half the contestants more than 20 and half ate less than 20. Well, we know that that half ate more than 22 and half ate less than 22, not 20. So we know B is not correct. C says the most frequent number of hot dogs eaten was 22, and we got 22 as our mode. So C looks like a good answer, but let's check D. D says the range of the number of hot dogs is not very spread out. Well, we had a range of 39. I would say that's pretty spread out, so D is not correct. So the correct answer was C. I want you to turn to the next blank page in your journal. Put independent practice at the top. Divide your page into 8 equal boxes. I want you to use this set of data to answer questions 1 through 4. And then using this set of data, answer questions 5 through 8.